Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I got something completely different than what I'm usually working on. We have a 335 Xi. This is the manual transmission one, so definitely the better one out of the bunch. Some people prefer the rear wheel drive ones. I think the all wheel drive is super cool. Anyway, today we are going to be changing the cam. Some people call them all different things, but the clamshells, something like that, cam trays. Anyway, these motors, the N54, have an inherent problem where they use a steel washer, not even a washer, it's like an O-ring, and it digs into the aluminum on the actual trays, and then you don't have enough oil pressure, so then it gets put in limp mode. So today we're going to be changing all that. This box is all brand new parts. There's some trash in there. I gotta get all that stuff out. But yeah, so first thing, we gotta pull the valve cover. All right, first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is make some room. So I'm gonna take this little bracket off, and I'm gonna take this cover off so I can move some of the wires out of the way. And then I'll show you that once I get that all taken care of. All right, so I just got that bracket off, and I went ahead and got the lid off of this piece. So now I'm gonna continue getting the rest of the stuff out of the way. Like this, I'm gonna move out. I gotta undo all the coil packs and move these forward. I also am gonna undo all the fuel lines and all of that. And then once I get that done, I will show you guys what that looks like, and then we'll continue on. All right, so I took out the canisters for the wastegates, and then I got this loose so I could move this entire harness a little bit farther back just so I could have better access to the bottom stuff, of course. I also undid the fuel lines. I don't know if I already said that. And then I went ahead and put a cap on each one just in case anything tries to fall in there. So all that's taken care of. Now I'm going to go ahead and undo all the little Torx and then take the valve cover off. All right, so I got the valve cover removed. I had to buy a special 10mm socket for these long studs that were like right here. I think there's 3 of them, but I got that done. So now what I'm going to do is set this to top dead center. I bought a special tool to hold the cams. They're like cam lockers. And then I also have a pin to lock the crank. Actually, you lock the flywheel, that's connected to the crank. But that's gonna lock all the timing stuff. You're supposed to loosen these bolts while the cams are locked, and then take all that off. You can undo these. Obviously, you have to get all the new hardware because they are all torque to yield. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, top dead center, lock it all down, show you guys what that kind of looks like, and then I'll show you the next step after this. So this is what it looks like with the actual cam locker installed. You can see there's a bolt holding it down right here and a bolt holding it down right here. That's the only thing holding this on. These actually hug the camshaft and make sure they cannot spin. When I installed it, I loosened these just a little bit so they had some wiggle room and I could tighten these to where I wanted them. If you guys are doing this, make sure you don't tighten this too much because it is a very long, super skinny bolt. I'm sure if you tighten it too much, the threads will snap off in the head. That'll just be a huge pain. After I bolted this up, I went and tightened these. Nothing's super tight. These are just meant so the cams do not spin when you're taking off both the bolts and all of the bolts holding the actual clamshells in. But yeah, so next step is to lock the flywheel. I'm gonna go and find all that at the pin. Still in the kit, there's like a little underbelly panel that I'm gonna take off to try to find it. But yeah. All right, so the next step has been probably the hardest step so far. It's getting this locking pin in. So from the factory, they come with this little plastic piece, and it's going this way, right, towards the transmission. So you have to pry this out. Don't bother looking for it. You can't see it with your eyes. You just have to feel down here. I could show you. There's not even a way to record it on the actual phone either or on camera, but you can see the end piece with the chain, that is the location, right? You can see slightly, let me see if I can get the, yeah, it's stupid hard to see. So underneath that little bracket, the pin slides all the way through. You're supposed to use the longest pin that comes in the kit if you buy it from Amazon. So that'll go all the way through, locking the flywheel. I wish I could show you guys better. I know there is another video on YouTube that shows it with the actual motor out of the car. So that's kind of what helped me a little bit, you know, exactly pinpoint where it's at. You can't get to it from the bottom, so reach your hand under here, just like that. I was going around this line right here, like that. And it's pretty difficult. That's probably gonna be the worst part about this whole thing. But now timing it is completely locked on the bottom and on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead, break these loose real quick. But first, I forgot, I have to undo the actual timing chain tensioner. I'm gonna do that, break these loose, show you guys what that looks like right now. All right, so after you get timing completely locked, you can pull out this tensioner. It sits like right down here. You can just use a crescent wrench on this as well to take it off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this bolt, and then we can get this chain off. And then we can go ahead and start loosening the rail. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all that and then show you guys how that looks. All right, one thing I forgot to mention before you take the actual rails out, there's two E8 bolts that you just undo right here. I'm gonna leave this in here so it holds the chain and everything, but it just unbolts it from the actual clamshells. So I'm gonna go ahead, unbolt that, and show you what that looks like. Here's what the head looks like with the clamshells out. You come over here. Here's the issue. New one, old one, you can tell just by the color of it. But you see how all this is smooth? Smooth. All right, now you look on this one and there's huge groovings. Right? Before, after, before, after. This is all caused by some stainless steel O-rings that are on the cam that BMW just messed up. It was kind of an oversight. So they went ahead and came, I think it was a recall. Right, so if your BMW had less than a certain amount of miles, you could take it to the dealership and they'd fix this for you. This car has too many miles to do any of that, and I think it's all over anyway. But their fix is these nylon O-rings, which is way smarter than putting stainless steel rubbing on the aluminum, right? So that's pretty much the big issue. It lets too much oil go through because obviously the O-ring's not sealing on anything. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the new ones in, torque it all down. I'll show you guys the sequence for all that and the torque spec, and then put it all back together, and then fingers crossed that fixes all the Vanos issues. We can start doing some cool stuff to this thing. All right, so I went ahead and put the new O-rings on. So all of these were replaced. These are all nylon, but they didn't replace the actual rails, and I think it just got loose and it's letting all the oil through. So I did all that. You can see the cam is all lubed up as well in the new caps. So yeah, I put this one in here. I gotta get all the bolts. I'm gonna make sure that they don't have to be like lubed up or anything special before I drop them in there. But yeah. All right, so I just got the valve cover all torqued down. It is 7 Newton meters. It's like 7 to 7.4. So I set the torque wrench to 7, and then obviously if it gets over tightened a little bit, it's not a big deal. One thing that really helped me is marking every single one that I torqued down with some paint marker real fast, just so I wasn't going over the same thing all at once. There is a torque sequence for this. I'm going to try to put it on the screen and show you guys. But yeah, next step, I'm going to put the fuel rail on, tighten all of that down, and the coil packs. Pretty much doing exactly what we did in the beginning, just reverse. And then, yeah, I'll show you guys what that looks like when I'm done. And here's that picture I was talking about with the torque sequence. There's a ton of little bolts, so you just got to be pretty meticulous, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? This is going to help you a lot. So feel free to screenshot it or, you know, pause the video and watch all this if you guys are trying to do this. If not, I mean, don't worry about any of this. Just like that, we got everything put back together. You can see all the fuel lines They all have numbers that I put on them to make sure they went in their correct spot. All the wiring harness is all put back where it should be. Nice and neat. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole job. Obviously, you got the beauty plate, and then I think they're supposed to have like a half cowl or something like that. That goes right there. This one did not. Somebody already took it off. But yeah. If you guys have any questions or want to tell me that I'm doing it all wrong, let me know in the comments and I will get you a response. But yeah, thanks for watching.